we scheduled it, we'd have to be on time though.
That may not work.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if this works. Are we live? Are we live?
It says we're on the broadcast. Look at that.
Yep. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another Polar Bears in Flip Flops episode. I'm your co-host, Andrew Lewin, here with my co-host, Angelo Villagomez. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm a little cold, to be honest, which is strange because polar bears are supposed to like the cold. But it is freezing in Washington, D.C. today.
Freezing. You think it's what's freezing for you?
Like 60, 70 Fahrenheit. I mean, just like anything below that, I stay indoors.
70 Fahrenheit. I'm glad we're not in person because I would be punching you in the face right now. Like, honestly, this is, I'm just going to convert what Celsius and everything is.
25, I think I said. 25.
25 degrees, right?
I think that's what I said, yeah.
All right,
Celsius.
Let me see. Celsius to Fahrenheit, you're 25.
I'm being a little facetious. I'm joking. But it is literally freezing out. We got snow over the weekend, and it hasn't melted. And I lived in Massachusetts for 10 years, so I've seen snow. But what happened is on Sunday, we got like 4 or 5 inches of snow, which is what centimeters, 15 centimeters. 14 centimeters.
Yeah.
So we had like a nice base of soft, fluffy snow, and then it started sleeting for like 8 solid hours. And
I heard.
So it's beautiful. Like you like there's a little park right next to my house, and I look at it, and it's got this sparkly, crisp white snow like everywhere, as far as the eye can see. But and it's like 6 or 7 inches thick, but it's just solid ice. It's like Elsa from Frozen came and just did like Arendelle.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But like I can stand on it. Like I weigh 230 pounds, which is over 100 kilos, and I can stand on it, and I do not fall into the snow. Like it is just solid. It's just ice.
Solid because it's frozen. Yeah, I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, Dr. Andrew Thaler, and he was saying the same thing. He said he couldn't use a snowblower to get rid of the snow in his driveway. He had to get a farm truck to come through and like dig it out because it was that hard. And I get it. We had nice fluffy snow. It is right now, it is minus 22 degrees Celsius. And so that would be 70. Oh, no, sorry. That's 22. Minus 22 is negative 7.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And later on, it's supposed to feel like minus 30, which is minus 22 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's what we're at right now. So when you say, "Oh yeah, it's a little cold," that's nothing, my friend. That's nothing. It's cold. We're getting the polar vortex. Out west, it's nice and warm. It's like 8-9 degrees. But here, we got according to the Weather Network, we got over 51 centimeters, which is over 18 inches.
Over a foot, yeah.
Yeah, in like a day, which was awesome. A fun fact, the most I've been in, when I was living out in Halifax in 2003, 2004, we got a snowfall of 92 centimeters in one day.
Oh, wow.
But then what's nice, city shuts down, you just chill, you watch the snow, it's beautiful, you go out and play in the snow no matter how old you are. It is it's a lot of fun. So it's but
the COVID pandemic has ruined that for a lot of us. So your employer says you got to work from home.
Yeah.
They even have the schools now. They even have like, oh, you're going to learn from home now. Like that's just
learn from home. Yeah. No more snow days.
The worst thing ever.
Our school was shut down. Well, my kids were in exams. They were shut down on Monday. So they still got to play, but they got to study some more. They weren't happy with that. Or my one daughter wasn't happy with that. By the way, same undershirt, orange. Well, not
Mickey Mouse.
I don't have a Mickey, but I have the same color. Well, very similar color. It's too cold to take off my sweater.
Yeah.
So
that's enough about the weather. Nobody joined us to hear about the weather. We're gonna talk about the Peter Benchley Awards, but before we do that, we're gonna do the quick check-in on your New Year's resolution. How's fitness going?
So fitness is going okay. It got a little kibosh this week because of the snow. But I guess I didn't go to the gym this week if we're looking at fitness from that perspective. So that was but
Well,
I should say,
but tell me about the fitness that you did do.
so the fitness I did do is I shoveled my 90-foot driveway with 18
Yeah.
inches of snow twice. So there was like, because of the wind, it would just pile up in certain spots. It was light, but it was a workout. I checked my phone, and it was like I hit my target for my activity thing.
How's your
What's
back
that?
feeling after all that shoveling?
You know what? Back's okay. It started to get a little sore at the end, but it was okay overall. I remembered I got my gym owner in my head, and he's like, lift with your legs,
Yeah.
not with your back. So my legs were sore the next day because I was lifting with my legs, but a good sore. It was just, they were just stiff. And then we had a parent-daughter hockey game on Tuesday night. So I got to do that.
Oh, you played. You played.
I played.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, yeah, and with a parent-daughter game, you have to play hard because they're at that age where they can, like, go around you. And
your daughter's not 7. They're,
yeah,
I mean, they're
exactly.
high school teenagers.
Yeah,
like
she's 16. So, going on 17. So she can skate.
Peak fitness.
She can run. Yeah, but
yeah.
bad thing. So, you play around a little bit, right? So I had one girl, I was in front of the net. I had one girl, she was trying to lift my stick, and I was just leaning on it. And I'm like 245, 250 pounds. I'm leaning on it. She's, weighs maybe
no chance.
100 pounds. There's no chance. So she's trying to lift it. So and then what I do, it's a little trick I do, and I just lifted my stick. And she just went whoop. She went flying back, and I was like, "Tricks of the trade. Don't put your whole thing into it."
You can't learn big, little girl. You can't learn big.
It was fun. It was fun. And then as I went by the bench, my daughter was just kind of leaning over, looking at the puck.
Shamed.
But she was also talking to our trainer. And so as I went by, I didn't realize this. She was getting checked because she had fallen earlier. So the trainer wanted to get checked to make sure she didn't get a concussion. And in true dad fashion, not knowing this, I go by the bench and I punch her in the face. And I can keep going. So she was fine. But the trainer was not happy with me. Yeah, hashtag girl dad.
Hey, girl dad.
Hey, hockey's a tough sport. You gotta get. No, we take concussions very seriously. She was fine. I made sure she's checking. We're actually going to a hockey tournament tomorrow, and we're going up to Brockville, Ontario, which is a beautiful place, right by 1,000 Islands in Lake Ontario. So it's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. So I can't wait.
Good job raising those. My fitness is great. It's today's day 28, nice. And I've been to the gym 27 times.
You've been to the gym 27 times. Nice.
Yeah, out of 20, nice. And I've lost exactly 0 pounds.
But do you feel better?
But I do. And I like on social media a couple weeks ago, I was joking about it. Just like you do feel better. A little bit. Not that I need more self-confidence.
Right.
But
it pumps you up, man. You feel that more.
Yeah, no. And like I feel like I can see a little bit more definition in some parts of my, like, not great definition. But yeah, I feel a little bit healthier.
Nice.
And I was an athlete as a youth, and like early in the season, you kind of the first thing is just get that cardio out of the way, and build up your lung capacity, and that's kind of how I'm viewing. So mostly doing cardio, doing a little bit of weights,
nice.
But trying to do some cardio in the gym until it starts warming up, and then I can go running outside on the Washington Mall.
That's awesome.
But
you know what? It all depends. It's funny because I've learned a lot over times. Like, it's not just about losing weight. It's about changing how your body looks too, and how your body feels. And I think that's what fitness is. I think we always go by weight as the one measure. But if you start measuring like your chest, your stomach, if you can get inches off, over time, but it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I think as us old middle-aged guys, we have to realize that. We have to understand that, hey, you know what? It's not going to happen overnight like it used to when we were in our 20s or even younger. It's going to take a lot longer to deactivate all that fat that we've gathered to keep warm in the winter. So I'm getting ready for my summer body. I got to start losing weight.
So I have a metric. I have a box that's at the bottom of my closet, and it has all of my jeans that I wear when I'm skinny. And they're
Nice.
the 32, 34 waist, and then the jeans
Nice.
that are in the jeans that are hanging up right now are the fat jeans, and those are the ones that are like
Oh,
36, 38. And we'll
yeah.
see. Like
Yeah.
hopefully keep this up in a month or two. I'll swap out the fat jeans for the skinny jeans.
Is your gym in your building?
It is. Well, yeah, it's in my complex. So I got to go
Nice.
outside to the other building, but it's
That's
right
okay.
here,
It's
so it's
close. That's
convenient.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, very on. All right, cool. Well, let's get into the Peter Benchley. So before we get into like who won,
We should
why
talk about
don't we just
who is
talk a
Peter
little?
Benchley.
Who's Peter Benchley? Why is this?
Yeah.
Why are these awards important?
Yeah. So I never met him. I met his wife Wendy one time at an
Oh,
event.
okay.
There was a showing of Jaws. I think Marine
Yes.
Conservation Institute put it on, and she came and she presented and talked about some of her conservation initiatives. But Peter Benchley was the writer of the book Jaws, and I guess the way
Mm,
the story goes is he saw what his book and the eventual movie did to the
yeah.
reputation of sharks and how sharks were attacked. And so he wanted to do some penance and has very focused on conservation. And these awards are given out in his name. And I think they've been doing it for over 20 years. I think it's like since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
they've been doing it. 'Cause like Sylvia Earle, I saw is on the list. She won one
Yeah. She won.
a while back, one of the earlier winners. But this is, you look at the list of the winners, and it's a who's who of who has done conservation around the world in the last 15, 20 years. And this is they kind of petered out a little bit, and a lot of things petered out over the last couple of years because of the pandemic. I
You
don't know
say
the
like that's a
specific
pretty big
situation.
pun. Petered out with Peter
Yeah,
Benchley. Like I
but
boom
boom.
boom. I gotta get sound
Uh,
effects
but
working on this.
but this great organization, the Aquarium Conservation Partnership, Kim McIntyre and my good friend Ayana Melvin, they rejuvenated the awards with Wendy Benchley last year,
Hmm.
and they gave out the first set of awards in a while
Yeah.
last year at the aquarium in Baltimore, and some really great people won some awards. And then this week they just announced the slate of winners for 2026, and
Yeah.
we're gonna go through that list, and we're gonna talk
We
about them and say how
absolutely.
awesome they are.
Absolutely. We're going to start with the big guy. I say big in terms of stature. This is Sir David Attenborough, probably the best voice of the ocean, would you say? Like, like
I don't know
literally
what
at
if like
times?
what if what if Gilbert Gottfried got into
Oh my
voiceovers for
God,
ocean
that would be
movies?
horrible.
The yeah,
Please
yeah,
don't.
no, I mean he's the guy. He's the British guy who
Yeah.
does the voiceovers. And this is the award for excellence in media. And I honestly, I think I actually may have written, because they ask for nominations,
Okay.
and I nominated some people too, and I
So
in
can
the
anybody
last year,
nominate?
yeah, they do this every year,
Okay.
well, the last 2 years,
Yeah, yeah.
um, and I can't think of any higher profile
Mm.
media on the ocean in the last year. I mean, we were both in Nice, France last year
Yeah.
when the UK, and this whole movie was geared towards convincing the UK to create marine protected areas that actually protected things. Because if you saw the movie Seaspiracy, they point out that the protected areas in the UK don't actually protect anything, and
Yeah.
that I think
They allow
from the movie
trawling.
they allow bottom trawling, and like one of the only restrictions was that you had to get a permit if you wanted to go kayaking in one of the MPAs.
Right.
So they around the homeland they don't actually do anything.
Right.
And Oceana was a partner with this film,
Yep.
and if you I follow I don't know if he's the CEO of Oceana UK, but Hugh.
Yeah.
And they were just hammering away at the UK government with clips of this movie. And there was that
Yeah.
one amazing scene where they hired a bottom trawler and they fit
Hmm.
cameras to it, and they showed you what it looks like when you film underwater. So
Well,
well
but I think
deserved.
what was kind of cool too about that, the scene right before everything got torn up by the trawling, and the videos on the trawling was amazing. But the scene of how productive the UK
Yeah,
bottom of the ocean is unreal. I don't think anybody anybody who didn't know much about the ocean or doesn't know like how productive a bottom could be didn't realize how many living things are on the bottom of the ocean. And when you saw all the stuff you're seeing, it's all beautiful and everything like that. And then you see the trawler come through, and then you're also getting the, like you said, you get the camera on the trawler itself, and you're watching this bottom just get scraped apart. It like I watched it with my daughter. She was crying when it happened. Like, you know, it was full on emotional moment. And it's also like his voice really helps sells that. Like you can feel it in his voice. As much as a great narrator he is, the emotions that come out from him, from David Attenborough when he actually does his narration, is what really draws. Obviously, the music and everything and the visuals, but it's also his voice really draws that, and I think that's what makes him so special. Is he genuinely cares.
Yeah, and the great, the thing that I think is so powerful of it is that it was tied to a specific policy ask. Like it wasn't just a movie about the wonders of the ocean and some of the terrible things that are happening. It gave like a very specific ask to very specific leaders, and they put their feet to the fire at this international conference. And I haven't followed up to see if it's been implemented. That's like my bad. Not that I'm the one who has to do it. But the UK did commit to actually begin to ban bottom trawling in at least some of their protected areas. So it was successful.
Sure.
Like it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, it's funny. Ayana said we have a comment, our first comment here.
Whoa!
Yeah, I don't know how.
Hey, Ayana.
I want to make sure I can add to broadcast.
Oh,
there we go. And she said, I thought the first one was hosted. I thought the first one was hosted at National Aquarium last year in Baltimore. Baltimore problems.
Isn't that what I said?
Is that what you said?
That's what I thought I said.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, National Aquarium, Baltimore. Yep, it was there. So that was awesome. So thank you
for
letting us know.
We're stepping away from David, but this year's awards is going to be in California at Monterey Bay, and you can go. You can buy tickets and you can meet some of these award winners.
Yeah,
and you can meet Ayana.
Nice.
We have
awesome. We have another one coming through. Let's see.
Yeah, that one looks like some spam. I'm not sure.
This one here.
But hello, greet Mabuhay.
We have many illegal fishermen here and need help. Do you think President Trump would help our peoples?
I don't.
Yeah, not President Trump per se. Yeah. I don't think that's what that's not what he does. He doesn't focus in on the environment, but yeah.
To be fair, I've had conversations about what types of policies Republicans, or what type of environmental policies Republicans would be supportive of. Enforcing fisheries on the high seas, I think, is something that Republicans would like, because generally, I like to think that the U.S. fisheries are better managed than some of the fisheries in other countries. And other countries are like, there's this new subsidies agreement where the countries have agreed to stop subsidizing illegal fishing. And I was like, wait a minute, I thought that was already illegal. Why do we need an additional agreement to stop subsidizing illegal fishing? But there are the subsidies agreement also, countries will also subsidize overfishing, which is a different type of problem. But I don't think the United States can do anything for the illegal fishing within the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. But I do think that the United States should. I'm going to give a caveat in a second. The United States should have an interest in enforcing fisheries on the high seas, except our current president has weakened our position by leaving just about every single international treaty that the United States could be a part of, including not being a member to the UN Convention of the Law of the Sea, and having no plans whatsoever to sign the new High Seas Treaty. So, like, at the end of the day, Andrew's analysis is probably right, is that President Trump probably isn't going to help on this.
Just not the guy. Maybe not this time, but you never know. You never know. Could
You
change at
never
some
know.
point in time, right?
Um,
Just like there's been a couple other comments here. Ayana's like, National Aquarium used to be in
okay.
DC, but has now moved to Baltimore. So I guess the name
She's
moved it because I remember it used to be the Baltimore Aquarium, and then it became the
okay.
National Aquarium. So there's that. And
Thank
then
you.
she also said that she will be emceeing. So please come. Polar bears and flip flops will be writing my jokes.
Excellent.
There we go. I love that. Are you gonna go to that, Angela?
I will take any chance I can to go to Monterey Bay. But it is in California, and I live in Washington D.C., and that's a really long walk. So I will have to
Yeah,
see if I have the money to get out there.
for sure.
I want to ask a follow-up question though. Other than David Attenborough, did you have any other favorite environmental medias that that like who should win next year? And I mean, of course, the answer is polar bears and flip
Polar
flops.
bears and flip flops.
Is
Absolutely. I mean, come
right
on.
up there,
We just
with David
started.
Attenborough.
We just
Yeah,
started in 2026, so maybe in 2027 we're close. We're close.
across 5 episodes, we have over 100 viewers. Pretty
Absolutely, we're
exciting.
hitting big time. Just orders of magnitude after that. It's just going to keep increasing and increasing and increasing.
I'll tell you. I'll give you a real one though. Do you ever follow Jada? Is it Jada Acock? Is that her name right?
Alcock, is it?
Alcock, yeah.
Yeah.
She's on TikTok and she does like
She's
those
phenomenal.
animal videos.
She's
Oh my
phenomenal.
God, I love them. Give that girl an award.
The amount of energy she has every time, it is. Yes, Ayana. Yes, Polar Bears and Flip Flops 2027. Absolutely. We're gonna be doing some live. Maybe we should do a live show at the National Aquarium and
That would be fun.
Aquarium.
That'd be fun. Any excuse to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Assuming we're still letting Canadians in the country at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some border people there that may not want us in. I don't know. But
you may have to pay a tariff as you cross the border.
I may have to.
I'll also give a shout out to my friend Carissa Cabrera. She's got this organization called Future Swell, and you should get her on. We should get her on this podcast or on your show.
Absolutely,
because she's helping. She's got like this stable of cool, young, hip kids, and I am neither cool nor young nor hip.
I'm in it too.
Yeah,
bringing up that age. Bringing up that age.
But she's also doing a really great job of tying policy to social media.
Oh yeah,
and
she's amazing. Yeah,
so
the way she's controlling the narrative on all of it, it's just it's awesome.
Who are we doing next?
We are going to let's do.
All right, can I talk about Marcella first?
I think you should.
Yeah, so I met Marcella for the first time at Capitol Hill Ocean Week many years ago, and I was at the reception. And I think it was the first time I'd ever been. So it must have been 2016. And I felt out of place because everyone's wearing a tuxedo. And Marcella came up and introduced herself and said she had heard of me. And I said, I have heard of you too. And so we've been friends for over 10 years. And the thing that I've done with Mars is the Upwell Conference.
Yeah.
And I'll use sort of a religious analogy. When it comes to Upwell, our conference, it's Upwell, a wave of ocean justice. Marseille is Jesus Christ, and the rest of us are her apostles, and we are the apostles.
Yeah.
But this was her idea 3 years ago, and she said, I want to hold a conference in DC where we're going to talk about ocean justice. And she reached out to some of her partners, and I am blessed to be one of the people that she reached out to. And several organizations and several friends kind of like pulled together a conference, and we talked about conservation the way that local communities want to talk about conservation. Conservation as a person of color in the United States, and some of the racism that we face in the work that we do. And this will be the 4th year. So I'm so sad. I'm embarrassed. I did not nominate her this year, but I nominated her last year.
Okay.
And I actually think she got the award for excellence in action, which I think is kind of like the grassroots activist. I actually think she could have been the ocean hero,
right?
Because of
100%.
the work that she does in California with the Hispanic community. I mean, she is a pioneer in what she does, and she's a leader, and she's an inspiration for many of us. And so proud to know her, and so proud of her team who work so hard with her on all of these things. And I can't think of a better person to get this year.
Agreed. Agreed. And now, when you nominate, do you actually nominate for what, like what award,
Yeah,
like what
yeah,
excellence?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
Yeah.
have, yeah. You can pick the category, and
Awesome.
I'll as we go through, I'll tell some of the people that I nominated.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
none of my people won.
Ah, no,
Yeah,
that's too bad.
I
All
don't.
right, we'll go to the next one here. You can keep talking as I go through these.
Sure. Well, let's do Julie
All right.
Packard.
Julie Packard.
I
All
mean,
right.
so for me, like, sometimes you imagine like, oh, I wonder if I could, win one of these awards. Um, if you scroll through what Julie Packard has
Look how
done,
long it is.
what what she has what she has sponsored, what she has accomplished, what
It's
she,
ridiculous.
she was a Pew Ocean commissioner. I'm like, nah, I got like 80 more years.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that she's
Yeah.
80 years old, but like the
No.
amount
Oh, she's
of
done a lot in
output
a
that she's
very
done,
short amount of time.
yeah, incredible. I mean, just even if she had just helped create the Monterey Bay Aquarium,
Yeah.
she'd be deserving of this award. And but that's only one sentence in this amazing
Well,
list.
just their foundation, the David and Lucille Packard Foundation itself, the amount of projects that not only did it help launch, but the fact that it funded, science, research, conservation, policy action, just like so much. And then, like you said, you have the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, the deep sea stuff that they've done, the research, everything that they've done, the amount of like careers that they've supported in marine
Yeah, all
conservation is just
including mine.
phenomenal. Including yours? Yeah,
Yeah,
tell us
including
about
mine.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm employed right now because of the Packard Foundation. So
Because like
thank
like
you.
working at CAP, like at Center
No, yeah, because
Aquariums,
they're
or
one of our funders, and
okay.
they've funded projects out in the Marianas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They kept the Friends of the Mariana Trench afloat um,
Nice.
during times, and so they've name a conservation initiative from the last 20 years, and the
It's
Packard
yeah,
Foundation was involved.
pretty
They're
much.
just incredible.
Yeah,
Well
unbelievable.
deserved. Like
Definitely well deserved. It's one of those things
amazing
where you
people.
see it and you're like, I'm surprised she didn't get it earlier. That's one of those
Yeah,
things. You know what I mean? All right, who else do you want to go? You want to do Diva because we know Diva so well?
yeah, we know Diva. Yeah, so we just saw Diva,
Diva. Yes, we did. I
or at
saw
least
her at Nice. Did you see her since
great.
then?
I did see her in Nice, and it was funny. I did not see her in a professional setting. The wife and I were sitting down at a nice little
Oh yeah.
restaurant, eating some pasta, and who
Yeah.
walks by and sits down at the table next to us, but Dr. Diva Amon.
Yeah.
But I met Diva 10 years ago. She
Right.
was the chief scientist on a mission to explore the Mariana Trench, and I am like the dude for Mariana Trench conservation.
You are the
Uh,
dude.
I am the dude, and Diva's great. So for a lot of people of color, right? You get your foot in the door, and you're happy to have your foot in your door, and you do your job, and you become pretty good at what you do. And eventually, so if you rise high enough, you get to a place where maybe you look around and you find that you're the only person of color.
Yeah.
And when I met Diva, she was the only person of color on that boat, right? And she was
Mm.
not only was she on the boat, she was leading the boat. And that was 10 years ago. And
The
if
dude
the dude
abides.
abides,
Absolutely.
and if there's an accolade to have in ocean conservation, she's a Nat Geo explorer. She's a
Yeah.
Pew Fellow. She's kind of done it all. And
Yeah.
and she works closely with communities. Like she cares about my community. Like she
Yep.
didn't just parachute in.
Nope.
She was there on the island, and she met me and the Friends of Marina Trench. She was very supportive of our efforts at protecting the Marina Trench over the years, from monuments to sanctuaries, and then even more recently with deep sea mining.
Yeah.
So I think she just represents all the values that you would want to have for someone who does science and someone who does exploration.
Yeah.
and and she's just getting started. She's younger than I am.
Oh my gosh, she's yeah. And what I love, there's a couple of things that I love about it. One, she's from Trinidad, which is a small island state. So I think she has that connection with other small islands where she understands the value of community. She understands the value of being heard in that respect, which I love. But the other thing I love is she is such a good. She's an amazing speaker. The first time I met her was at International Marine Conservation Congress, which, by the way, is happening
In
this
Malaysia,
year
right?
yeah, that was the one in Malaysia.
Yeah.
But there's another one happening this year in
In
Scotland, I
Scotland.
think in Edinburgh, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if she'll be there. I hope she'll be there. But I met her in Malaysia. We got along really well. She was one of the keynote speakers I think it was for I don't think it was for the main one, but I think it was for the ocean communication the Oceans Online part. But
Okay.
absolutely amazing speaker. We got along really well. We see each other like maybe once or twice a year. We kind of exchange DMs every once in a while. I see her. She's all over the world. She was working with Nat Geo on a number of different I guess like in documentaries, online documentaries, like Disney Plus, like that's how.
Yeah, she did a show with Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah, taking him into the deep, which is awesome. Pre-Oscar slap. So when people
when we still kind of liked him.
yeah, when we still kind of liked them, right? But what I love about her is like she brings the science, but she puts it in a way that everybody can understand. And I think for a while it seemed like a lot of the communicators, the documentary talent that was on weren't scientists necessarily, and she brings that science, but she doesn't act like it. And I think that's really important to connect with everybody. Speaking of connecting with everybody, hey, Moldy Bread, how are you? It's nice to see you here. I appreciate you we appreciate you joining us for Polar Bears and Flip Flops. But I love her energy. Diva's amazing. I remember last time when I saw her in Nice, she was actually doing an interview, and I was kind of in the background, and I'm kind of waiting, to say hi and stuff like that. And she was even saying, it's like she was worried that I was going to come up while she was doing the interview and say hi. I would never do that.
There's a creepy white guy behind you. I think he wants to talk to you.
Yeah, she's like, kind of looking like, oh, it's Diva.
That's Andrew. I know him. He's a friend.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay. Just ignore him. He's in the background. He's just excited to see me. But no, she's amazing. Another well-deserved, award. And she's going to do a lot of great things. We'll see her everywhere, which is where we want to see her. So I think that's really great. All right, let's go to the next. Who do you want to go through?
Let's talk about President Jose Manuel.
I love it. You got to have a president in here. Here we go. Let's see if I can. Oh,
have you been to the Azores?
I have not been to the Azores. A friend of mine, Emily D'Souza, has been to the Azores a number of times to do her fishery stuff, her seafood stuff, sustainable seafood stuff.
Isn't there a lot of angel shark work going on in the Azores?
There is a lot of angel shark work done. Yeah. The angel shark network is definitely present in Portugal, like in the Azores.
I have also never been to the Azores. I've never been to Portugal, but I believe that this award was given because the Azores, I believe, designated a marine protected area.
Yes.
And it's quite a large marine protected area, taking up a large part of their exclusive economic zone.
Yep.
I think this is a project that they did with Oceano Azul Foundation and the Wait Foundation, the Wait Institute. And congrats. You know who I thought? I'll tell you who I nominated though. And maybe it was because I was in France last year, but I was actually thinking that Macron might win because they hosted that conference last year, and 80, 90 heads of state came to that meeting, and he was there for like 3 or 4 days. And I've been to other international meetings where a head of state will show up for a speech.
Yeah,
and they give a speech, they wave, they take some pictures, and they leave. But walking around Old Town of Nice, suddenly there'd be all the security because Macron was showing up for lunch and having lunch with different leaders. So he was there and he was meeting with people and he was getting commitments out of people. And not to take away from what they've done in the Azores, because also incredible.
Of course.
But there's some really good leadership around the world. And you can only nominate one person every year.
Absolutely.
I bet if they had the opposite of this award, who would they give it to? Don't
I'm
answer.
not, I'm not
Everybody,
saying it. I'm
everybody
not gonna
knows
say
the
it.
answer. You all,
Everybody knows the
everyone,
answers. We don't need to
you
know the
all
answer. We
know
know
the
the
answer.
answer. We don't need to say it. We just
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's
I
great to see a president do this. It's great to see someone who's inspired by their coastline, who understands the importance of their coastline, especially for these islands of the Azores, how important it is for seafood, for
yeah,
fisheries, for tourism, and just for security of their board, like of their coastline too, right? From a physical
yeah.
aspect as well as a security from a coastal aspect. Okay,
And
let's
it's a
go.
major contribution to 30 by 30. I just remembered. My mom went to the Azores one time. She
Oh
took a
yeah,
cruise across the Atlantic from it went from like Florida to the Azores to Portugal, and she got me. I have this bell in my house,
yeah.
and it's from the Azores. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
I don't know anything about the Azores. I apologize, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is the
That's
the
all right.
one connection that I have.
That's all
Uh,
right. All right, the next one. So we got the Christopher Benchley Youth Award. I assume Chris Benchley was Peter Azor's son. That's
son. I wonder
right.
what they count as a youth.
I don't
Uh,
know.
it,
I mean, this kid's
for the
18 years old.
for the United Nations, I think it's under 35. Um,
Okay,
it was
we're
so,
still
but yeah,
not. We still don't qualify at
yeah,
47 years old. We
no,
don't. We're
we
still
don't. No,
too old.
sorry, it's a
We're
little
at
too
that
old.
mid. You know what I find? We're at that mid-career point where we're doing well. Like both of us, have
No
done pretty well
complaints.
for ourselves, right? No
Yeah,
complaints here. But it's funny, we're at that mid-career, and there's a lot, and deservedly so. There's a lot of stuff, like a lot of funding for young scientists or
yeah,
young conservationists, and so, and every time I look at it, it's like it's under 30, and you're just like missed
yeah.
it by
That's great
that
though. I
much.
But one of I was just on a Zoom about this earlier today with the Route to Flourish collective. Is there are lots of things for young people. It's we also need to create things for people when they're in their mid 30s, and that's
Absolutely, absolutely. And one thing about Asha, she helps promote ocean leaders like this, like Koji. So
mhm.
I don't know if she's had any type of connection with him, but started his own organization at 18. That's pretty damn amazing.
What were
Two
you doing at
books,
18?
authored two. When I was 18, oh gosh, I was too wrapped up in football and trying to get into university. I never even thought
Okay,
about doing an organization. Never thought about it. I think it's a brilliant idea, but not an easy thing. Like, let's be honest, you and I know what an organization entails. Like creating your own, even being part of one. What the amount of administrative work, the amount of difficulty trying to get market and what you're doing.
yeah,
This guy's done two books, which is amazing. I just think it's bringing in people, making sure like young people are represented in marine science, and it looks like in marine conservation. It looks like he put some into Braille and donated them to the
cool.
deaf and blind school, which I think is great in Sri Lanka. By the way, we have there's a Shark International conference happening in Sri Lanka.
Sri
I
Lanka, yeah,
believe it's either
this year.
April or May. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it's
I'm
good. And then we have is it Xian Ling? Xian Ling says we need to have more young girls and boys to help protect the oceans, but most of the time they're for court service.
Thanks for the
Maybe.
comment.
Yeah, thanks for the
Yeah,
comment. I think we do need more young people involved, and we do get them involved depending where you live. We do get them involved in terms of beach cleanups or like small actions as they go, either part of their school, part of their universities, maybe like putting in petitions. I feel like the younger generation is they're definitely connected more to a lot of what's happening in the ocean if they want to be, because things like TikTok and Instagram, and you have people like Carissa Cabrera, who you just mentioned earlier, who are sort of kind of guiding people to become more involved and inspiring people to become more involved and giving them action. So it's great to see. Congratulations, Koji. I think this is obviously well deserved. Okay, how about this congressman,
yeah. So
Jared Huffman?
I just saw Huffman last Thursday. He was at the public hearing, or the public hearing, the what are these? The House Subcommittee on Natural Resources oversight hearing on
Okay.
deep sea mining last week, and he spoke out. strongly in opposition to deep sea mining in the U.S. Pacific territories. But you know where I actually first heard about Jared Huffman was 2010, 2011 ish, when California was advancing a shark fin ban. I
Oh,
I think
okay.
he sponsored it.
Did he?
He
Okay.
was like he used to be in the California Assembly, and he has been a strong environmental advocate from his time in the state assembly, and then now in the U.S. Congress, he is like one of the strongest, if not the strongest, environmental champion for all of the issues that you and I care about.
Amazing. So can you clarify a couple things because I am not familiar with U.S. politics. So he was first started
Okay,
in California and then went to federal. Like he was first
you
in the
yeah
state senate and
yeah
then went to federal or Congress.
exactly yeah, and I you know I don't I assume California has a bicameral legislature. I think he was
Okay.
in the California. I think it's at the California State Assembly.
Okay.
And I have no idea how many people are in it. It's probably a lot because California is a very big state.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But to be, to get that award for policy,
Okay.
especially these days for a United States congressman, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think that's a good incentive for a lot of the congressmen to and women, Congress people, to be able to advocate for our oceans. And it's great that he's still doing it, even though he won the Peter Benchley Award. He's still doing what he's doing, so I think that's great. Okay, do we have more? I think. Oh, we have a business. This is the last one. We have a business here. Let's learn about them. So this is Burrio, Burrio.
sounds good to me.
So
Never heard of them.
yeah,
Tell
well, it
us
looks
about
like
it.
they're surfers, growing up fishing communities along the Northeast. I've never heard of them either before this, but sea-based livelihoods and a strong commitment to protecting the ocean. Look, let's be honest. When you have a company who dedicates time and dedicates, part of their business to protecting the ocean and doing something around the ocean, I think it's fantastic, right? We need more of these types of business in there. So I think it's great. Um, Looks like they start off in California, shipping early orders out. That's good. So they seem to be like a bit of new, and now they have 70 salaried employees who operate net collection hubs, make the impact of net plus material possible. So I guess they
Yeah, it
grab
looks like
fishing nets.
yeah, it looks like they turned fishing nets into other stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I
Thank
love it.
you, Burrio Inc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations. Congratulations on the award. Like that's, we should give out more awards, right?
We
Like
should
if
give
I
out more awards.
we should give out polar bear and flip flop awards.
We'll come up with our own awards. Maybe
Yeah.
you know what we'll do? Come up with, and maybe we'll announce them at IMCC in September. You know what I mean? Like we'll just like
Keep
look
it
at the
live on the
year
radio.
live. Yeah,
Yeah.
live. We'll do it live. We'll do it from there, and we'll do it live in front of an audience, which will be great. And we'll give out some awards, and maybe what we'll do. What we'll do is we'll give out like recycled flip flops, not from like our own
Amazing.
flip flops, but we'll like come up with
That would be
something.
even better.
Or
Use like
you know,
give out our used shoes.
yeah. I've got an idea. We'll talk about it after, but I've got an idea. So
Okay.
yeah, for an award show. Yeah, we'll do great. We'll do a
But
good job.
I do want to wax a little bit more about like giving out awards. You know, the great American philosopher Ron Swanson told Leslie Knope, he said, if you have a thankless job, don't be surprised when nobody thanks you.
Yes.
And nobody gets into conservation to get rich. You know, some people start off rich and then they do conservation. But like you don't get rich doing this. Like this is a labor of love. Often, not only is it not not only is it often thankless work, oftentimes you get yelled at and screamed at by people who rightfully or wrongfully are accusing you of things that you may or may not have done or be
Yeah.
responsible for.
Yeah.
And I just like I do a lot of work in coalitions with National Ocean Protection Coalition and America the Beautiful for All Coalition, and this is thankless work.
Yeah.
And like we should give people awards, and for the people that won the Benchleys this year, like this is your moment to shine. You all are amazing, incredible people that make this
100%.
world make this world a better place to live in for so many people, and we are so thankful for everything that you do. and
100%.
we should do more stuff like this.
We do. Ayana said, who do you both think is an up and coming policy awardee? That's a great question. I'm going to put
You
you on the
know,
spot here, Angelo, because you probably know more people in the policy world, but also this is also worldwide too, right? So like, who is an up and coming policy person?
Elizabeth Warren and AOC had the Green New Deal that came out in 2018
Yeah,
or 2019, and it never passed. You know, the Republicans used
yeah,
it as a punching
yeah.
bag for years, as if
For
it had.
sure.
Um, but you know, I think it's also just great language, right? Because in
Yeah,
America, we had the New Deal, which is from the 1940s, and that's how we got Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. So this Green New Deal is, you know, this idea that we need to change our society, so that we're not destroying the natural world. You know, I don't think anything like that is going to swing back until the Democrats come back into power. I do think there's a lot of great state legislatures out there, and I also think there's a lot of people out there who haven't been recognized. You know, Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands have had a 30 by 30 initiative for 20 years. And there's a lot of lessons learned there, and you know their voices and their experience, from lawmakers, from scientists, from community practitioners. Um, they don't often make it to the other states that are doing this. Like, you know, California still has a 30 by 30 initiative. Massachusetts still has a 30 by 30 initiative. Um, and you know, they probably
yeah,
I don't know any of them that well, but there also are some state legislators out there that are doing some great things, being supportive of 30 by 30.
yeah.
Which, you know, I talk at length and other radio interviews and whatnot about what 30 by 30 is evolving into under Trump.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
and like,
Yeah, I would say, like, going outside of the U.S., I would say someone that introduced an oceans plastics charter, or like a single use plastic bill, uh, in the first liberal caucus, 2015 to 2019, was Catherine McKenna. She was the Minister of Environment and Climate Change at the time. She probably doesn't get enough. Enough credit for what she's done. Like, we've pushed that bill forward. It's being challenged by the chemical industry and the oil and gas industry. But I think
yeah,
that would be a great one. But if it's not for, um, say we go outside of government, I know policy is mostly government, but I would also say, like, Surfrider. They do so much from a policy perspective, like Chad Nelson and his organization, the organization that he is the executive director of, or CEO of, has been absolutely phenomenal in what they've been able to accomplish, not only from, like, on the federal level, but also on the state and local levels. And so I would probably say that, from what I know, somebody
yeah.
like Chad Nelson would be great.
It's also,
Um,
you know, these awards can also be tools, and that, you know, they can be a ways to bring people under the tent. And I'm just thinking, in the last week, we had a bunch of Republicans come out in opposition to deep sea mining in the U.S. Pacific
yeah,
territories.
which was great. Yeah,
And that's just not a, you know, what was that line from Harry Potter where Dumbledore tells Neville, you know, it's one thing to fight your enemies, but it's another thing to go up against your friends.
yeah,
And you know, that's hard, especially in the America that we live in right now. When you have a Republican say no to the Trump administration,
yeah,
that takes a lot of courage,
yeah.
because the repercussions that the Trump administration could rain on you, can be quite steep. So, you know, I think we wouldn't normally think of giving some folks that awards, but you know, I think, um, what the Republicans are doing out in the territories is actually courageous, because they're going against their own team. And we have another comment here.
Yeah, we know and
Okay, yeah,
just mentioning it, Burrow takes old fishing nets and makes clothing for places like
very cool.
Patagonia, which are phenomenal. I asked Ayana who she would
Yeah, I saw
pick.
that.
I would love to hear that, who you picked before we get out of here,
But
because we do have.
do you know who Ayana is? Ayana works for the Aquarium Conservation Partnership, and probably played a role in picking. So I don't think she's allowed to tell us.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
gotcha.
uh, she,
My
she
apologies.
she did pick the winners. But
She
but she
did
I
pick the
sure
winners.
I think she promised Polar Bears and Flip Flops is going to win in 2027.
Hey,
We're
look.
going to hold her feet to the fire.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been recorded. It's on file. It's on YouTube forever. So we appreciate Ayana, and we appreciate everybody who's been able. Oh, here's this. She had Representative Bonamici. Is that how you
Bonamici.
pronounce Bonamici? Do you know who that? I don't know who that is. Sorry, I'm
I
okay.
don't.
We'll have to look that up for the next show, and we'll have to put it up. So thank you, Ayana. Thank you, everybody else who have commented. This has been fun. I love when we get comments. This is fun. This is like our fourth show and maybe fifth show,
This
fourth
show.
show. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, fifth show because we started before New Year's, so we appreciate that. She says I don't actually pick, but I do facilitate
She
the
helps.
nomination. All right, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. But we appreciate you for doing what you do, and we thank you for joining us today, and join us each and every Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time here on YouTube. We might venture out over time into like Twitch and things like that, but we'll be on YouTube from every time. So we appreciate everybody who listens. And of course, Angela, thank you so much for joining and coming up with the topic for today. Always great to hear what's going on. So so I think it's great. Oh, just so Bonaccini, is that her name? Sorry, Bonamici she is a plastic champ and ranking member of the Ocean Caucus. Well, there you go. That sounds perfect for that. We'll have to look into it a little bit more next time. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Angela, thank you so much. Do you have anything?
Hey, stay warm, everybody. Hopefully, this snow will melt soon. And send Andrew encouragement to keep up with his fitness.
Yes, I need to get back into it. I've got a plan next week. I'm going to the gym a lot more. I'm not going to say how many times because I don't know if I'll be able to get it, but I'm going a lot more.
And we did pick the winners, or at least I did, for the football last week. And the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
I was 1-1. I was 1-1. You think the Patriots are going to win? I think the Patriots are going to get killed. I think Seattle's going to win.
Ayana lives in Rhode Island, and she just unfriended you because of that statement.
I apologize, Ayana, but I just don't think I love what they've done. It's great what they've done. I just think Seattle's too tough. I don't think. New England has had that schedule that's been very favorable for them, and they've done very well with it. But Seattle is just, I think they're just too strong on both sides of the ball. So we'll have to see. It'll be a fun Super Bowl. We'll talk about it next week because the Super Bowl is not until February.
Yeah, we got another week.
We got another one. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a Super Bowl. We'll do your Super Bowl snacks. Go Pats, she says. Yes, go Pats indeed. I am not a Seahawk fan because I'm a Niner fan, so I hate the Seahawks. So
they looked pretty good in last week's game.
Yeah, they did, for sure. Absolutely. I'm unclear of this wrong assessment. But look, hey, Patriot fans are dedicated, and I love it. I think it's going to be fun. I just want it to be a good game. That every Super Bowl, unless the Niners are in it, I want it to be a good game. If the Niners are in it, I want them to kill, so I don't have to worry about it. But it's going to be a fun game. I'm going to eat a lot of snacks. So that's why I got to do a lot of working out in between then so I can eat my snacks and figure out it's okay. So
all right, sounds good.
All right,
let's finish.
See you guys. See everybody later, and happy conservation.